Just like in our prior video, we want to provide a fulsome view of the upcoming US presidential elections. And we'll tell you the truth, which is that it's mostly going to be a battle amongst the two main candidates, Donald Trump and Joe Biden. However, there are two more candidates that are also running against the Republicans and the Democrats, and those are Howie Hawkins, who we've already discussed, and Jo Jorgensen, who we're about to discuss here. Joanne Marie Jorgensen, who goes by Jo Jorgensen, was born on the 1st of May 1957 in Libertyville, Illinois, and she's the daughter of Danish immigrants. She is in fact first-generation American. She's an academic and has been a full-time senior lecturer in psychology at Clemson University, a prestigious university in South Carolina, and she's a libertarian political activist. She's married and has two adult daughters and a grandson. Jorgensen was chosen as the candidate for the Libertarian Party to nominee for President of the United States in the 2020 election. She was chosen as the Libertarian Party's nominee for Vice President in the 1996 US presidential elections, alongside presidential candidate Harry Browne. She was also the Libertarian nominee for South Carolina's 4th Congressional District in 1992, receiving 4,286 votes, for 2.2% of the popular vote. Healthcare and social security. Jorgensen is against single-payer healthcare, as it's failed to provide quality healthcare for Americans to date. She supports a free market healthcare system, structured in a way to provide each beneficiary with a spending account that leaves any savings with the individual citizen. This would likely incentivize healthcare providers to compete on cost and lowering the price of healthcare services as a result of consumer pressure, and would make the system more efficient. Jorgensen went very hard on the existing social security system in the US, and has gone so far as to call it a Ponzi scheme. She indicated that she would allow Americans to opt out of Social Security if she ever won the presidential election, although she clarified that such a change wouldn't be possible to effect without the support of Congress. In fact, the Constitution does not allow the President to make such a change unilaterally. What would replace Social Security in Jorgensen's plan would be a set of individual retirement accounts, where any citizen who decides to opt out of Social Security would be able to contribute 6.2% of their payroll taxes into their own individual retirement accounts in order to contribute towards retirement. Unclear if there ever will be a chance to see this proposal be fleshed out a bit more and become a reality, given the minimal chance of Jorgensen winning the election. But it is certainly food for thought, and an important voice in the debate over Social Security reform, which is one of the important themes of this campaign. Criminal justice and drug policy. Jorgensen has criticised the war on drugs and supports abolishing drug laws, which many view as the reason for the very significant increase of incarceration in the United States over the last few years. Jorgensen has indicated that she would put in place measures to pardon all non-violent drug offenders if she were to win the election. She's also indicated she would be in favour of a demilitarisation of the police and of a more limited level of funding that would go to police in the future. Foreign policy and defence. Jo Jorgensen is against economic sanctions and embargo-type measures. She has indicated that she believes in non-interventionism and would push for the withdrawal of US troops from foreign lands, bringing the focus back to the US and encouraging armed neutrality for the country. Immigration, economics and trade. Jorgensen is for open trade and immigration, in line with positions that have been supported by socialist candidates historically, and she would eliminate quotas on workers, students, visitors and residents to the United States. She has been vocal against the wall along the border with Mexico that President Trump has been championing, and indicated she would stop that project if she were to be elected. Jorgensen has claimed that the excessive media focus and coverage of crimes committed by immigrants leads to a distorted view of the world and an increase of anti-immigration sentiment, which is negative for the country. In her view, immigration helps grow the economy, and a harmonious coexistence of cultures is beneficial to the nation. In a way that is a bit different from the view of Democrats, including Bernie Sanders, Jorgensen is in favour of reducing government spending to be, in turn, able to reduce taxation on the American people. COVID-19. Jorgensen has criticised the way the current administration has handled the COVID-19 pandemic as bureaucratic and authoritarian. She's indicated that stay-at-home orders and other limitations on individual freedom have been inappropriate and damaging. She's also criticised corporate bailouts as very negative for society and, quote, the biggest assault on our liberties in our lifetime. Okay folks, so there you have it. We all know now that there are 4 people gunning for the US presidency, including a woman, and I don't mean Kamala Harris, but Jo Jorgensen when I say that. And although 2 of them are less likely to win, it's still important to acknowledge that they exist to have a fulsome view of the upcoming elections. Now, we'll continue to bring you news and views about the presidential elections and get into more detail on the Trump, Pence and Biden-Harris tickets in our upcoming videos. So, we hope you enjoyed this one, and please do feel free to comment below. And don't forget to subscribe. Thanks, and we'll see you soon.